Yo, what up? It's DJ Khalil. I'm gonna walk you through a song I did with Eminem called Survival, featuring Liz Rodriguez from the New Royales. So basically, this track started off with this idea that I got from Liz and Eric. We knew he's definitely like into the big stadium records, so we were brainstorming, and they sent this idea called Survival. They sent me the idea, the different parts, like these guitars, and we had to layer them with bass, stack all the different guitars together just to get like this huge like stadium feel. And then Liz added this chorus.
This is survival of the fittest. This is do or die.
Yeah, that's the idea that we started with. It's just one of those records that, if you're working out, you know what I mean? Like it would just pump you up. We just wanted like a record that really has that just that aggression and something that Eminem could just go crazy over, in terms of like just rhyming and just with the energy. It's like he could start a show off with this song, I made the track just on Reason, and Pro Tools. All the guitars are in Pro Tools and the vocals, but I went to Reason just to program and to make. I just wanted to sound dirty and just raw. Obviously, the first thing I always go to are the drums. So right off the top, I wanted to feel like a big drummer coming in with big rolls, and that all that stuff was programmed. All those rolls, everything. Like I went in and actually drew in all the rolls and the fills and all that stuff just to make it feel like there was a live drummer on it, but it still sounded programmed. And that shout is a Reason, is a patch in Reason. It's like Voices of the Apocalypse or something. So like they're just samples of just shouting, so I just like kind of stacked them. That big snare with a lot of reverb on it. And I put this really ugly synth on it. Like it's really like dirty and ugly, just because I wanted just to sound super raw and like really hip hop, but like also had like this synth element to it, so it kind of took it a little bit out of the rock thing. So, and it's just a patch that I made with the Maelstrom and the Scream 4, and just like literally tweaked all the sounds, like all the modulators and like oscillators within the Maelstrom. Like I kind of tweaked it and created this sound and made a patch out of it called Electro Mayhem. So, these are just some of the sounds just like broken down in the track. And then I added like this loop. It kind of adds a little bit of movement, hi-hats and like tambourines and stuff. So. So it adds a little bit of movement to it. So those are all the different elements in the track. And then, it's just arranging it, just, when we sent the idea, just making sure it was all formatted for him to do his thing. And then, you had this intro.
This is survival of the
And I wanted to just start off with the kick, so.
Takes it all, so take it all. So take it all.
So those are all the elements, like you heard all the elements that were just used, through the whole track. The screaming, the drum rolls, just the big snare with the reverb on it, There's just a lot of different, just different parts. I just wanted to sound really big, like you're in a stadium and, that you're just ready to go to war. That was like the main, purpose of this song. And when M heard it, he loved it. Like we held on to this track for like a while. Paul heard it and was like, "Yo, I love this record. Like, hold on to it, for Marshall."
Was the track pretty much all laid out the way you just showed us, and then he put his vocals on it? Or?
Yeah, the track was pretty much done, and we tried different. We tried like there's a version with Travis Barker. We put Travis Barker on it, and that version was crazy. We tried different things because it was just such a big, stadium song. I didn't know if they were going to use it or not. They told me that he cut to it, and he killed it. He's a perfectionist just like Dre, so they'll work on a record for, weeks, just like one record just to get the vocals right. I put together ideas and things that I think that he would like, and it's been fortunate, he's into it.
Is that usually what your working relationship is with M? You pretty much just finish the tracks and then give it to him? Does it ever come back to you and like he tells you, "Oh, I want you to tweak this or do that," or once you get it to him, he pretty much just takes it?
M is a producer as well, so the thing is, like, once you send it to him, like, he has the track and he has the chorus and everything, he can pretty much finish it. But we do talk about the music, because sometimes, he'll want to add things, or maybe something doesn't sound right, or he'll hear things in the track, and we'll have to go back and fix it, and I'll have to resend a few things. So when we talk, it's more on the mix end. You know what I mean? The song part, he pretty much has that down, and he knows what he wants to say and how he wants it to sound. He's definitely into the ideas. He's open to, things that I send him. And it's great because, with Liz and Eric and Chin, we write for a lot of different people, and we've been fortunate enough to write with him a lot. So it's great for our group, the New Royales, to be a part of his legacy, and to actually have records and to write with these huge artists. We had another song with Pink and M for her album, and that was a New Royale song. So it's just dope just to be a part of it and just to send him ideas, and he gets it. He gets what we're trying to do. And
how did you guys originally link up?
I kind of worked my way up, because like even being signed at Aftermath, I had to work my way up to even, you know what I mean? First of all, just getting in the room with whoever, Game, 50, and then you get to work with M after that. And then Dre called me and he was like, "Yo, Marshall's in town." And this was after they won the Grammy for Crack a Bottle. I went to go meet him, and he had already cut a bunch of records. Dre took me in, introduced us, and that's where it started. He played me records that night, like, "Yo, I did some, some songs to your records," and he played it for me, and it was crazy, the craziest night ever, And then he was like, "Do you have any beats? Any more beats?" And I was like, "Oh man." I didn't bring all my stuff with me, so he was like, "Well, come by tomorrow." And I went back the next day and played him other stuff. He started writing the one joint right there, and I just kept bringing him records because he was just into the sound, and that's really how it started. That's how we met, and it's been dope. Every time they're working, I get the call. You know what I mean? But also with Paul, and Tracy, we have a good relationship, and so it's like family, Aftermath, Shady family. It's like I've been a part of it for a while, so it's great to be a part of it, to be a part of that legacy, Dr. Dre's legacy. You know what I mean? It's just incredible.
When you said he played you some tracks that he recorded over your beats, did those ever see the light of day? Or
oh yeah.
Do you remember what the first track you heard that he was rapping on?
The first one I heard was "Won't Back Down."
Wow.
That was the first one he played me, and I didn't even know how to take it, because it was I just didn't know how to take it. I was just in shock. I didn't react to it. I loved it, but I was just I just couldn't believe hearing him, And
did you know he was recording stuff to that, or did Dre just have that beat and happen to give it to him? Or?
No, he had the beats. He recorded stuff, and I kind of knew, but I didn't know how far along they were. When I met him at the studio, he played me that. He played me, I don't remember if it was Talking to Myself, might have been the one that he didn't play, but I heard all the rest of them. He was playing most of his album at that point. He had most of that of Recovery done, so he was playing a lot of stuff. He was playing a lot of stuff for Dre, and it was just crazy just to witness it. Won't Back Down was the first one. He played me 3 tracks that night that I did. That's why he was like, "Do you have any more? What else do you have?" and I was just like panicking because I didn't have all the tracks with me, and I had new ideas for them, but they weren't really finished, and you know, so I like rushed back home, and I was like, oh, I gotta get this together, and I gotta go back, and I was just nervous. But he already loved stuff, so I was like, cool. I have 4 records on Recovery, and then we did one on Bad Meets Evil, the record he did with Royce, right. Pink and Eminem, Here Comes the Weekend, and now Survival is like the last one we did.
It definitely didn't happen overnight, though.
Definitely didn't happen overnight. It was definitely a lot of hard work and, you know, working with everybody to get their attention, you know what I mean? Like, I already knew Paul, and Paul knew about me, but, you know.
And that's from the Self Scientific days, right? Or is that?
Yeah, that was Self Scientific, and then I started a label with Muggs called Angelus, and I was doing stuff on the underground. I had some commercial releases, but, you know, when I started doing like 2009 and 2008, 2009, I started doing like, you know, Fabulous, Slaughterhouse, like the Clips, all that stuff like happened, and then M just kind of happened after that. You know what I mean? So like I was just doing so much. Like every week I had stuff leaking. I had songs from Detox leak. You know what I mean? Stuff that I did with Dre that was leaking, like everything. And it was just a crazy like 2 years of just music coming out back to back. So, you know, we worked our way up. And the Slaughterhouse, the one, that first single called The One, like, they loved that record. You know what I mean? Like Marshall loved that record, Paul loved it. So that kind of like, it was a new sound, you know what I mean? And Liz, she's an incredible vocalist. And my group they're just amazing. So we, you know what I mean? We had like, we've been very, very, very blessed and fortunate to work with some of the people that we've worked with.